And she's still conscious?
Yes, Maureen indicated that she was talking to her, but in a whisper, because she said her mouth was very dry from the bypass. And she said she's still, in critical condition.
Okay.
So she's going to call me if anything changes, but right now she just said she's stabilized and comfortable.
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. That's actually pretty bad.
That's a good update. I got a call last night saying even waiting that 2 weeks is too long. We don't think she has that kind of time left. And so I have to leave on Friday. I've already arranged my flight. I got tested this morning, but I have to essentially I have to take a clean break from everything.
Of course. I mean, look, no problem. What usually happens is, the first step is really.
There's a new term that I just learned from this whole experience, and it's called coded. It's a medical term, and it means either you have stopped breathing or your heart has stopped. And I remember thinking to myself, it is a sunny day in Issy-les-Moulineaux. It's beautiful outside. I just had class, and my mom's dying. My name is Keely Sullivan. I'm a student living in Paris. My mother's name was Beverly Sullivan. In France right now, they've closed down their borders. You need a dire need to go back and forth between the countries. And it made flying an insanely stressful experience because I was almost like airing my dirty laundry constantly.
A lot of this accelerated really fast before I could predict it, so I am doing this in real time. And I was really emotional on Thursday, which is why I think I have it together, and I think I'm really I feel like I'm together emotionally right now because there's a very real chance, because the BiPAP was removed, because she can talk, that I can have a conversation with my mom. And I'm really looking forward to it, honestly.
My name is Janine Asperna, and I was Beverly's sister. I'm the third sister out of four. Beverly, it was up until she was probably a freshman in high school, was very quiet.
I have that one at home in a frame for all of us. That's at Grandpa's house.
All at once, she got her braces off, she got contact lenses, and she kind of grew into her body. She became a real stunner.
Oh my God!
You never saw that picture?
No!
I think this is actually the high school senior picture.
Oh my God, she's so cute.
She's beautiful.
She looks a lot like me, actually.
She's beautiful. Like this girl.
I always thought in the back of my mind she would be Miss America.
What was it like to raise her?
Up to 18, fantastic, marvelous, wonderful.
Yeah, she was always fighting the stream her whole life. She loved to say, I'm a rebel. It's not me, I'm a rebel. I'm going to do things my way.
My mom met my dad in the 80s at a meditation group. Within about a year and a half of dating, they got married. I was born about 4 or 5 years later.
I think I didn't know that she had a real drinking problem until you were probably about 6 or 7 years old. Tom, Beverly came down to visit us in Virginia. You came too. And over a course of a weekend, she had 50 beers.
I was a very goofy kid. And I remember one time I was like 5 and she was trying to get me in the bath. And she was like, Keely, it's time to get in the bath. And I was taking my sweet little time, getting my clothes off and getting in the tub. And I was just joking around, just laughing and whatever. All of a sudden, like that, it felt like to me, her tone switched and she started screaming. And I started crying. I remember my dad came in and he said, Beverly, what the hell are you doing? He sat me down and he said, hey, Keely, your mommy has a drinking problem. I had no idea what that meant, but he said it to me plain as day. And I think that meant for me from here on out, there was always something different about her. And I needed to figure out what that was. What I mostly understood from the divorce was there had to be a legally appointed guardian to spend time with me. My mom was never allowed to be alone with me as a child. So I knew that she couldn't take care of me, and I had to be on patrol for myself. I grew up really fast because I knew early on that my parent wasn't a superhero. That's something that people figure out a lot later in their lives. My mom was no superhero.
Psst. What? Oh. Meow. Turning into a crazy cat person. Oh, there you are, Olive. Figured you were up there.
How long were you with my mom? How long have you known her?
19 years.
19 years.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes she was fun to be around when she was drinking, and sometimes it wasn't. But that happened as the years went on. She got a little more angry with everything, I guess is a good word for it.
Closing! Marshall.
Something else your mother hated.
To the blue line.
She always thought it was too violent.
The power play tripping call and the Bruin power play.
Either, a couple of times we had to call the cops because it was just getting a little combative and threatening, and I lost the ability to having my safe zone here, so then I had to go somewhere else. If you sit in a chair and you stick your hand down by the cushion and you pull out a nip of vodka, then it's just like, okay, well, this isn't good. No, I really didn't have a whole lot of control of it. I mean, it's not like you can, just literally pick somebody up and say, all right, get out of my house.
Well, her liver was in bad shape, and if it can't take toxins out of your body, the toxins stay in your body. They even go up to your brain. And so the reason she looked so large, she looked like she was pregnant, was because the fluid was not being expelled from her body. Physically, she was in a shocking state, that she was simultaneously enormously huge with fluid and yet gaunt in the face and obviously not nourished.
These alcoholics, they go through these cycles of hospitalizations. We don't know how many she's going to do, but you can never be able to put it into perspective of where things were going. It was like chaos. And you spend more time with her and you get just sucked in. And it was a vortex.
So how many hospitalizations did she have? She had, I think, well, if you include the involuntary, I think she had 4 hospitalizations.
How did you think all of this was going to end?
Well, I figured she was probably going to drink herself to death at some point.
And what was that first time seeing her?
It was scary.
Hi there.
Hi, come on in.
Hi.
My name's Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
I'm Keely.
Hi, Keely. I'm your mom's nurse.
This is my
today.
mom.
She is awake if you want to come over here.
Yeah? All right, let me set my stuff down. Hi. Hi, Mom. Ah. So these are the last 3 days that I have with her. The 12th, 13th, 14th, and she passed on the 15th.
We have decided as a family that we do not want her intubated.
Okay, very well.
Are there other questions, or we don't want her to have any extreme measures that would break any bones?
You don't want her resuscitated. You don't want her to have CPR.
Is that correct, Keely?
What it is we want any sort of I don't want to say non-forceful, but things that wouldn't actually harm her physical body to be able to resuscitate her. If it means that CPR is too strenuous and it risks breaking her breastplate or ribs, we only want resuscitation that wouldn't be at any sort of risk to her. And I understand that that's not fully possible. But I think at this point, we are at those final stages, and we don't want her to pass in pain.
Okay.
I know. My mom loves 70s music. She loves Carole King. She loves Tapestry. She loves Bowie. She loved Eric Clapton, rock and roll. We played some of that too on Valentine's Day. When she was ready for life, she took it like no one else I could ever imagine. She did everything a person could possibly imagine. I mean, she's like me. I mean, she lived abroad. She was a skier. She went skydiving. She has these crazy pasts she won't even tell me about. She used to sneak out of her house wearing wigs so her parents wouldn't catch her in the street. Oh my God, like she is crazy. She's crazy. And she's my mom. And I'm so proud.
Is it okay for the
Which one?
For the obit?
For the obituary? Yeah, that's fine.
People don't necessarily show pictures of people and the age they were when they passed.
Well, you know, sometimes people want to look
Better.
You said it.
Can you?
Here. Yeah.
But I feel that because every life is precious, but it felt unfulfilled. And that's the tragedy.
No, she was the love of my life, and what hurts more, she was like my best friend. It was inevitable. I mean, she was not going to come off of that path because she never wanted to.
Her story would have been completely different if she had been managed, if she had managed to find somebody with the strength to point out the damage she was doing.
You can only handle it in certain doses. You can only be there in certain ways because you were really watching someone who was making active decisions to kill herself. And whether or not it's a suicide, it is, a lot of times it feels that way. She gave to me a zest for life that I will always be grateful for, no matter what. And even if it backfired on her sometimes, I did some things that, she didn't like moved to France or whatever. I mean, she would have done the same. She did the same thing. I'm just taking a page from Beverly Sullivan's book.
Just for one day, we can be heroes. Just for one day, and you can be me, and I'll drink all the time. 'Cause we're lovers, and that is a fact. Yes, we're lovers, and that is that. Though nothing will keep us together, we could still die. Just for one day.